Well, in the latest development on the strife between West and North Korea, the US has delayed an intercontinental ballistic missile test scheduled for next week. The Minuteman III test was put off over concerns it would be misinterpreted by North Korea amid fears of a conflict. Now, it would be postponed till May in what correspondents say will be portrayed by Pyongyang as a victory. Now, British Foreign Secretary William Hague has called for calm over the North Korean crisis despite the paranoid rhetoric maintained from Pyongyang. News for Zulfiq Farzan reports on a special segment, Korea on the Edge.
North Korea has issued a series of unusually strong threats since it was sanctioned by the UN in March for carrying out a third nuclear test. It has threatened nuclear strikes on the US, formally declared war on the South, and pledged to reopen a nuclear reactor in defiance of UN Security Council resolutions. A Pentagon official said the US wanted to avoid any misperception or miscalculation that might result from the test. US and South Korean officials have sought to play down fears of a conflict on the Korean peninsula in recent days. On Friday, North Korea warned it would not be able to guarantee the safety of embassy staff in the event of a war, but no foreign governments have announced plans to evacuate their embassies. Many of North Korea's angry statements have cited annual military exercises between US and South Korean forces as provocation. The US flew nuclear-capable B-2 and B-52 bombers over the south as part of the drill and has since deployed warships with missile defense systems to the region. This week, the North reportedly moved at least one missile to its east coast. It has threatened to strike the Pacific island of Guam, where the US has a military base. North Korea's missiles have the capability to carry nuclear warheads, but the country is not yet thought to have developed such warheads. Many observers say that North Korea's belligerent rhetoric appears intended for a domestic audience, and that showing up the position of Kim Jong-un, who came to power after his father's death in 2011. However, they also say that knowledge of the North's political calculations risk is limited, and the risk of a major escalation has increased amid the heightened tension of recent weeks. Meanwhile, Australian Prime Minister Julia Gillard welcomed cooperation in Asia to counter North Korean aggression.
All countries in the region share a deep interest in strategic stability, but the consequences of conflict are ever more severe for us all. This is nowhere more clear than on the Korean Peninsula. There, any aggression is a threat to the interests of every country in the region. For this reason, I do welcome the growing cooperation of all regional governments to prevent conflict on the Korean Peninsula and to counter North Korean aggression.
The News First U reporter Rashmi Mohammed from Digana filed this report on the problems surrounding the main bus stop in his town.
This is the main bus stop in Digana, which is barely being made use of as a result of long-distance bus services not operating via this bus stop. The staff at this bus stop request that the authorities renovate this bus stop to make it suitable for commuters to arrive here.
Mama Rashmi Mohammed, News First U report Digana Nagari Sitter.
The 20th anniversary of the Medical Faculty Sciences of the University of Sri Jawatanapura was held today under the patronage of the Minister of Higher Education, S.P. Tissanayaka.
The 20th anniversary celebration of the Faculty of Medical Sciences of the University of Sri Jawatanapura was held on the theme Jewels in the Crown.
While maintaining the standards of free education, we can give more service and we can produce more doctors, engineers and other professors through these private universities. I think this should go ahead with the plan. It won't harm whatsoever for the free education.
Now today is the third day of the News First Urdu Exhibition and Trade Fair 2013 that is being held in Kandy.
The Urdu Exhibition and Trade Fair 2013 begins at 9 a.m. and ends at 9 p.m. Those who visited the fair were able to experience a variety of programs and games. The highlight of the day was selecting the youth Urdu Kumara and Kumariya. The exhibition and trade fair will end on the 12th of April. A musical show featuring Rukmana Asita, Eranda Patum and Romesh Sukatapala was organized at the fair this evening.
Before going for sports news, here's a look at the newspaper cartoon of the day. Moving on to sports news now. Is there a connection between the Sri Lanka cricket elections and the granting of international cricket broadcasting rights? Tonight on The Bitter Truth, we delve deep into the issue.
Sri Lanka Cricket called for tenders for the telecast of international cricket matches on the 16th of March. However, the tender process has not been completed yet. Analysing the situation, former Deputy Treasurer of the Sri Lanka Cricket Board, Nihal Leuke, affirmed that this process was being delayed due to ulterior motives. He charged that cricket officials were concealing the true nature of this process after intentionally creating a crisis with the cricket elections. The brokers and racketeers are engaged in a struggle to appoint people of their preference at the cricket elections. These individuals are engaging in a giant campaign to remove anyone who stands up to it. The people of this country need to be aware of this situation. Sports clubs and district associations, they all have a great responsibility. When tenders were called for the broadcast rights of international cricket matches, separate tenders were called for TV production for international cricket matches played in Sri Lanka. One suspicious fact was that although prior to these rights were granted for a 3-year period, this time it has been extended to 7 years. Though the president of Sri Lanka Cricket told the media previously that one organization was willing to make a payment of $60 million based on this decision, this has not been realized to this day. Recently, the media exposed that this organization made a bid of $34.8 million for the 7-year contract. A group of robbers assisting another group of robbers are about to sign a contract relating to broadcasting rights. By signing for a period of 7 years, Sri Lanka Cricket falls into a precipice because no one knows if those appointed will be reappointed to those spots. These people have no responsibility. According to the current situation, we can't be sure if the minister himself would be around after signing it. Therefore, it is essential that this contract be limited to a period of 3 years. When inquiries were made regarding this issue from the treasurer of Sri Lanka Cricket, he said that the tenders that had been received had been referred to the technical committee and that he would not divulge clear information on the bids that have been submitted. Will the technical committee make the decisions on short-term influences?
The Taekwondo martial arts grading test was conducted at the Royal College Sports Complex today. The grading test was conducted by the Taekwondo International.
Taekwondo martial arts was founded in 1986 by the Taekwondo International with the intention of promoting the sport. The grading test is conducted by the founder of Taekwondo International, Grandmaster M. Hassan Khalid. Over 75 members categorized as junior, senior and adults participated for their grades and belts. 14 students received the brown belt, which is incidentally the highest grading in the sport. 16 students who were presented the black belt in the previous grading test were awarded with gold medals this time around. Founder of the Taekwondo International, Grandmaster M. Hassan Khalid said that the students who were recognized in the grading test will be suitable to compete at international level.
we have this grading test every 4 months. The members who successfully participated in this grading test was awarded their grade certificates, belts, and the certificate of excellence. And exceptionally good students were awarded gold medals and silver medals.